Welcome to this epic disaster. It is episode 160. 160.
160.
160.
That's a lot.
We've done 160 shows.
What does that mean? How many weeks is that?
Who knows?
Can you
It
do
goes
the
on
math?
forever. No, I'm not going to even try to do the math.
Okay.
But if you've been listening to us for
It's
a while,
over a year, right?
you know there's lots and lots of episodes back there. So if you're new or if you haven't been with us for a while, just go back and listen.
Or don't.
You might not want to.
Because we won't remember it.
I wish that I could
it.
pull out some of the better episodes or better parts of an episode and make one really good episode.
You would have to go back and listen to them.
Yeah,
though.
we would have to have a staff to do that because I'm not about to
I'm not
listen
going
to all
to
that
do
shit.
it. I barely listen to them as they come out.
No, yeah, I'm not going to do
Yeah,
it.
no.
Every once in a while I will, but we hear it when we do it, so we don't need to listen to it again.
Because we're here.
But I just find it interesting. 160. 160. Did you think?
You know what it means?
When we started the show, did you think we would ever make it to 160 episodes?
No.
I don't think I did either.
I don't. I mean, I hoped. I did. I had a
don't even know
hope.
if I thought of it.
But I would say, I mean, I hoped it would just keep going on and on and on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I would say I'm also surprised and grateful that it has gone on that long because, in all honesty, knowing you and knowing me, this is kind of the only reason that we
This is
continue.
an ABBA song, isn't it?
It's
knowing me, knowing you.
I'm not singing.
Uh-huh.
No.
That's the song. Now I have to pay royalties.
Yeah. Well, not after last week. 2 weeks ago, I guess I should say. No, I just know that this gives us a very, very good reason to get together because oftentimes I'll come over and we're going to record a show and just be done with it. And then I'm here for like 4 hours.
Yeah.
And so we're
Eating
just chatting
dinner
and eating
all
dinner
just playing,
and
hanging out, watching movies.
And we need that. And this gives us a reason to do that.
Also, when you think about it, approximately, not exactly, but approximately 160 beers we've drank. How many six-packs?
160 different beers.
That's
different beers.
160 beers.
That is amazing.
A lot of beers.
Doug would be jealous.
We and let's say one. Hold on. Do you have a calculator?
Yeah,
I
on
don't
my
know
phone.
what you call them.
It's called a calculator.
Let's say a beer. Let's see.
Oh, that's.
I'm going to say
hold on.
what is how much does a beer usually cost? $3?
No.
$2.75?
I mean,
$2.50?
depending.
One can of beer.
Okay, so if you're going to buy it in a 6-pack,
Yeah.
I would say a 6-pack could cost you anywhere from $10 to $12.
Okay. So there's four.
There's 6 of them.
6 in there. That would be what? What?
Math is hard. Let's just say $1.
I just lost my
let's
train
just say
of thought.
$2. $2. Okay, let's just say $2.
I'm going to say 3
Okay.
because sometimes we buy
more expensive
Yeah,
beers.
sometimes. So
sometimes
let's just
we'll
round
get
it
a
off.
4-pack that's like $20.
Round it off to 3. So let's do $3 times 160. And this is approximate, obviously.
$480
So we've spent about $500 on beer.
or more because sometimes I mean I'll be honest with you, more often than not we will just buy like one beer that's like $20 bottle of
Yeah.
beer and share it.
Yeah.
Or we'll buy a 4-pack that costs somewhere around the range of $20.
Yeah.
And when we do buy our beers singularly, we buy just rando beers and put them in like a 6-pack that costs like $20.
I have no idea how much this one cost for this week.
Because it was gifted to us.
I also believe that there is a possibility, and I haven't checked this possibility, but I believe there's a possibility we've done this before.
I don't think so.
You say that. I think maybe we haven't. I don't know. I like this. This
The
is
artwork.
kind of
Yeah,
that's cool
that's fun.
artwork.
Yeah.
What are we drinking this week?
We are drinking honeycombed honey nut breakfast stout by Catawba Brewing Company. And Catawba is out of somewhere. Morganton, North Carolina.
Used to play Catawba College in college when I was in college.
I don't think this
football.
It's brewed by Catawba Valley Brewing Company in Morganton, North Carolina. Maybe you did. Okay. It's milk stout with lactose, honey, coffee, and natural hazelnut flavor, which you just got done telling me you don't. No, that was your wife said she didn't like hazelnut.
Right. Potentially that's going to be good. That's some of the flavors that I liked, but I don't know.
I like these flavors.
All
Let's
right,
find
let's see
out.
what we think about it.
It's also 6.2% alcohol.
Okay, that's kind of in the middle. Oh, it's a little darker than I expected
Well, it's a stout.
for a honeycomb beer.
And if there's any left over, I want it.
You want some more?
Yeah.
All right, there's just some more.
It looks yummy.
Yeah, it's really dark. I was expecting more of a blonde kind of beer because of the honey, I guess. I don't know. So, yeah, it looks very thick, kind of.
It's a stout.
Well,
I mean,
it smells like a stout too. It's got that stouty smell. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
all right, let's
good.
try it. I'm gonna
you give it a shot first.
Gonna give it a good sip.
You sniff it. It also, just to remind you, it's milk stout with lactose, honey, coffee, and hazelnut. What do you
Holy
think?
boosh boo boo.
Oh, boosh boosh boo.
That's yummy.
That's a weird word for you.
That's a good tasting beer right there. Isn't that nice?
Holy crap.
Yeah.
That's yummy. Oh, we only have one of these. I'm so disappointed.
For now. That's good. Okay.
Ooh.
Well, we won't tell you what we think of it.
Yeah, because you'll never know at this point.
All right.
That's super yummy.
Yeah, let's just let's kind of keep this.
Okay, keep it under wraps.
All right, I have a question for you.
What's that?
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
But I'll go ahead and ask the question. I was going to say let's play a little Would You Rather, but I'll let. Do we want to do? Which do you want? Do you want your question now?
Spit it, Baldwin.
So I have a question for you. This is a weird question, probably.
Okay.
Well, I guess all questions we ask on here is a little bit weird. If you could be invisible and witness a historical tragedy in person,
It has to be a tragedy?
Yes.
Okay.
Without it touching you. So it could any tragedy that we know of historically that's happened, and you can witness it, but you're never going to be touched by it. So if it's a fire, you're not going to be burned. And you can watch it happen in front of you without it. Which tragedy would you want to watch? Witness?
There are two, but I will tell you my top number one.
Okay.
And I don't have a problem saying this.
Okay.
Is the first atomic bomb. I want to be at the epicenter.
Okay.
I want to be there.
So
I want to watch it happen.
You want to watch and just see what happens around and everything?
Yes. I want to watch the actual event because nobody can.
Right.
Yeah.
I always thought it was weird, and I don't know enough about this, but they did the test bombs, and I've seen pictures of it. Where they did,
from way far away,
movies, old movies,
Oh, yeah.
and
I want to stand there next to it when it goes off.
Well, I'm just saying that happened in the United States. So atomic bombs have gone off in the United States. So what? I don't know why we didn't have. I mean, I know this was in the desert, but I don't understand why people close by, and maybe they did get effects from atomic bombs.
Well, we do. You can actually time stamp certain. Okay, depending on how far away you were from the initial atomic bomb that went off, you can time stamp things like I'm going to be really stupid here. I'm just going to say it out loud. I know it's a thing, and I'm not going to speak very eloquently about it, but you can time stamp genes in your body. Maybe it's not genes, maybe it's cells. You can timestamp cells in your body based on that, and you can determine your age when it happened. Like remains of people, you can say when. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, I understand that. I guess I just wonder why more people weren't affected by it, and I guess it is because it was in the desert and all that. But
But how do you know they aren't?
I mean, I know.
How do you know they weren't? How do you know you aren't?
Well, I don't think I am, but who knows?
I think you're affected by many
I wasn't born then, but
exactly. And how do you know you aren't?
But I guess again, another observation I'm having is you could have witnessed an atomic bomb without actually going to Hiroshima to watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you that if you wanted to just see a bomb,
no,
you could have watched that. But if you want to see the actual bomb,
I want to be right next to it because I want to see what happens in the moment at the space.
What's the other Hiroshima? Was it Nagasaki? Yeah, it was Nagasaki, right?
But that's not. I mean, I would rather just be in the desert watching the first one go off.
Okay, well that's kind of what I was getting at. Then your desire is not to watch a tragedy.
No.
You just want to see the bomb.
Yeah.
Okay, then go back again to my original question.
Oh.
If you can witness
an actual
a
tragedy.
you are there watching
to
it
me,
happen.
that is a tragedy. The fact that it exists.
Okay, but that's not.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying.
Moving on.
It works if you say that you wish that you were in Japan watching it go off. That would be a tragedy. That would be a world
But then I would
historical
see
tragedy.
what was happening around
So,
me.
like, if you're watching Mount Vesuvius blow up back in the early centuries, I mean, that would be something. But I'm
Okay.
just saying, you're there and watching it, but you're not affected by it.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I do now.
Whether it's an earthquake or whatever, I don't know.
Yeah.
It could be
I get
anything.
I get you. Oh,
The wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald.
maybe not. Oh,
Not really a world tragedy, but whatever.
but the Zeppelin, the
Hindenburg.
Yeah, yeah, because that had to have been horrendous.
Yeah, would you want to watch it from the ground or on the Hindenburg?
on the
You would want to
Hindenburg,
watch
yeah.
it burning and everything on the
Yeah.
Hindenburg. You know,
Yep.
there were a lot of people who survived that.
Yeah.
I guess a lot of people survived the Titanic
Do you know what
as well.
Do you know what I would really like to see? And I can't name one, but I would love to see from the instance of it happening.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this is going to go back to the fears that I've talked about recently. I would love to be on a plane crashing into the ocean. Because to me, I would only love to do that knowing I'm not going to get hurt or it's not going to affect me, like you said, because that's part of the question, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would love to be there because it scares me so much.
If I knew I was crashing, I don't know. I just like if we had already had the dinner on the plane, I would just grab the knife and start stabbing myself.
You don't get actual knives on planes anymore,
Forking
by the way.
myself then.
Spooning
myself.
You'd be sporking yourself.
I would be like the next person would be like, punch me in the face, just really hard, just punch me, do something, stab me with your.
Bring a
I
cyanide
don't
capsule
care.
with you.
Well, I was thinking that they should issue those on planes for when you might
They
need
issue
them.
them to astronauts, but
Yeah.
not on planes.
They should.
Because people are people, and they would just take them rando.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I'd be doing. It's like there's too much turbulence.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I've experienced 1,000 feet drop in like wind shear.
Mm-hmm.
You would be the first. I had sweat pouring out of my palms.
Yeah.
You would be like the first person to be like, give me the pill. Give me the pill. Yeah.
The stewardess would be like, "Who shit their pants?" I'd be like, "That was me. Sorry."
That's me twice.
Yeah,
Sorry,
each time.
because you know.
Okay, well that's interesting. All right.
So does that like? Do I sound weird for saying that?
No.
Okay.
I remember when I can't even remember what class I was in, but when I was in school, I was in elementary school, and whatever class I was in, and I think it was probably middle school history class, one of them. I don't know which one.
Social studies.
Yeah, and so the teacher played the recording of that broadcaster who was broadcasting and played it, and so we listened to it.
They
And you
played that out loud?
Yeah, and you talk about sweating. Because I knew it was coming, and to me, that's like the worst thing is like when you know something like that is coming.
Yeah.
And it was so stressful, and I mean, huge impact.
Oh, my gosh.
It was very emotional, and never forgot that.
I can't imagine.
Yeah, but I mean, some people listen to it live. Yeah.
Wow.
Interesting.
Interesting stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So what of my new things that we're starting to do? Can I jump into that now?
I would say let's do this first.
Oh, let's do Would You Rather.
Let's do a little Would You Rather.
And then we'll jump into my segments.
And then we'll come
I have
into-
new segments.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Let's see. I'm going to throw first.
Yeah, because I did last time.
Yeah, I think you've done it first
Many times.
recently.
It's green. Green stands for ethics and intellect.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather? By the way, this is Would You Rather
It's the Would You Rather game.
that we play.
Yes, indeed.
Starting now. Would you rather, as a married starving actor, you've been there.
Yep. Still am.
As a married starving actor, do a nude love scene in a
yeah.
softcore porn production in which you make a load of money.
Done.
Duh. Like, don't even ask the second question.
What is the second question?
Or sleep with a producer and get a small part in a major motion picture.
Both at the same time. Why? That's not even a dilemma. I'm on both of those. I don't think it matters.
I mean, major motion picture.
Can I arrange both of them?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to sleep with Harvey Weinstein, no.
You can't now, by the way.
Well,
you can't.
I could, but I'm not going to.
It's not going to happen.
He's still alive, right? Didn't he get COVID and all that stuff?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, I think I would do the second.
Sleep with...
I would sleep with a producer to get a small part.
You wouldn't do softcore porn? I'd do softcore porn.
I've done softcore porn.
What is softcore porn? That is you're naked but not actually intercourse. That's softcore.
Nobody is watching you actually be penetrated.
Right, but you're nude.
Right.
Well, first of all,
and I've done that, and it didn't get me anywhere.
Any producer that hires me to be nude is not trying to make money in that film. But I would do that. I think I don't know.
I was a married, starving person at the time as well. It still didn't get me anywhere. But yeah, I would totally do the second one.
I think being naked is overrated when it comes to making money.
Anymore? Yeah. I'm naked, at work half the time these days because I'm working from home.
People actually have paid me to put my clothes back on. That's the only way I can make money, when I'm naked. So that's what I would do.
Oh, I pulled a card. I didn't mean to pull. It's your turn to read. So I'll put that back.
Wait, what's happening?
It's my turn to throw.
You just said you were naked. What was that? My question or yours?
And you chose.
Oh, that's right. Because then you answered it. Okay,
yeah, I way answered more than you did. Sorry.
Right.
You've had a drink or two.
Keep going.
Okay, it's purple.
Purple is food and ingestion. All right. Would you rather eat a canister of salt?
Oh dear.
With nothing to drink?
Oh,
that would kill you. I'm pretty sure.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is a canister size?
A canister, probably like a full thing of salt. I'm guessing.
The whole
the box
with the kid on the umbrella on the round thing. Okay.
Or drink a quart of vegetable oil.
I would do that.
I think I would too.
I would do that because that's not necessarily bad for you.
I think you're less likely to die. The salt would kill you.
Less likely to die.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a video somewhere. Where did I see this video of, and I don't even know why I'm thinking about this. Gary Busey. And someone else, and I can't think of who. Where did I see this video?
I don't know.
They're having like a bet. It's like a contest to see who could drink the most milk without throwing up. And then, they're just like downing a gallon of milk, but everybody's doing it. And then they both lose.
Right.
Let's just say that.
That's like, let's eat a Tide Pod.
But I've read where that is actually very, very dangerous.
It is.
Can kill you.
It can. When I was 7 years old.
Oh no! Here you go. Doing heroin when you're 6 again.
No, I that didn't happen until I was like 12. But I was bet because most things I do on a bet. I was bet to just take this little salt container off the salt and pepper shakers off the table. Take the top off the salt shaker and down it. And I did that. And I almost
threw up. That I would definitely throw up that much salt. So
it wasn't just throw up. It was I couldn't breathe, and I got everything in my throat just, stopped working.
Yes, that's called death. That's how it happens.
Okay.
Yeah, and there are other. I mean, your organs would shut down. I mean, it's surprising.
Your kidneys first, probably.
Yeah, it's surprising.
Your liver would be like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Yeah.
Your body, you've got one of those bodies that's just like, not again. What are you doing now?
Yes, I do have one
just
of those.
Over
bodies.
and over and over. I mean, you owe a lot to your body that it hasn't killed you, or you haven't killed it. You've worked hard to try to.
I haven't intentionally.
I think it was just ignorance when you were a kid, just doing really
stupid things.
Silly, and your body just didn't shut down, which is pretty amazing that it held up all this time.
I come from good stock.
When I was a kid, and I think I mentioned this on the show, we would go to a restaurant, and you would get the little salt packets.
Yeah.
And when I was a kid, they're not shaped like this. Now they're just like, it's just like salt in like a little packet. But
Paper packet, yeah.
Back then it had ridges on it. Remember they had like little tiny ridges on the salt packets?
I think so.
So I would roll it up.
Uh-huh.
And roll those ridges up on like a little, so you'd get like a little stick or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And I roll it up, and then I would just put it in my cheek
So you just suck on salt.
like skull or chewing tobacco.
Sure.
I stick it in there.
Sure.
I just leave it in there for a few minutes, and then once the paper got kind of saturated, then I would start getting that yummy salt taste.
Mm-hmm. And
heck?
I sucked down half a thing of fucking table salt.
But that's just a taste of salt. That would be my biography name, A Taste of Salt.
Taste of salt.
Yeah.
Actually, I wouldn't, just so you know.
I don't know what that means. I'm not even going to ask.
Okay. Hi. So, yeah, I started some new segments, and I'm going to start, I'm going to continue.
Do we even know what you're talking about?
No.
Do you know what you're talking about?
Yes.
Segments meaning spots on the podcast.
Correct.
You've started some new little fun things to discuss
to talk about
on the podcast.
Starting with the days of the week and what those days might mean.
Okay.
So starting with today, the day we release will
which
be
is
February the 1st.
Feb 1st, okay.
February the 1st is National Baked Alaska Day.
What is baked Alaska? It's
Oh
fish.
my God. No.
What is it? Please, I don't know. Don't
I'm going to ridicule
jump
you
all
here.
over me because I don't know.
Baked Alaska is a tart with
Oh,
ice
yeah.
cream
I kinda remember
covered
this
in
now.
meringue.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
so good. And then lit on fire.
And there's no fish on it?
No, there's unless you put fish in it, which would
I
be
don't
gross.
do. I had
I
it,
wouldn't put fish in it. But the other thing about February 1st is it's National Serpent Day. Do you want to know what that means?
It means a snake.
Yes. It's kind of a day to give snakes their due. The serpent has been used as a symbol of evil, medicine, fertility, and a lot more. Here's some interesting stuff, is only 1/8 of the over 3,000 known species of snakes are venomous. It's still a lot.
That's a whole lot.
I
didn't
mean-
realize that many.
Yeah. But they range in size. Snakes range in size from about 4 inches long, which is smaller.
Like a full-grown snake, 4
Yes.
inches. What kind of snake is that? The 4-inch
that
snake?
that is the Barbados thread snake.
Thread snake.
And it's actually
Barbados.
smaller than a nightcrawler worm.
Yeah, it could get under your pillow and you wouldn't even know it.
It could get into you and you wouldn't.
Ooh.
I mean, that's gross, but yeah, it's true. But there's also the other end of the spectrum, which is the articulated python.
Gigantic.
The largest one that was killed in Malaysia in 2016, it was 26 feet long.
So the
Bigger than this room.
the Barbados snake could not eat the python.
No, because snakes can only really, because since their jaws, they open in a way that
Right.
they
They disconnect their jaw.
Thank you. They can eat things that are 3 times their size,
Like a
or
Volkswagen
three times the size of their head.
Okay.
Is what they say. But yeah, no, I don't think a Barbados thread snake could eat.
Well, 3 times the size of their head would be like a football. And I've seen where snakes eat like full gators and
Big
things.
snakes, yeah. So the heaviest snakes, most of the heaviest snakes are called green anacondas, and they live in the wild and get up to about 550 pounds. And that's a
Holy
snake that could be about 26 feet long, somewhere in there. But mostly the green anacondas are heavier and shorter. So they're just bigger around because they are constrictors.
Yeah.
So they're just going to wrap around you and squish you to death.
Okay.
Just so you know. But not all of them will. I mean, you have to get them on a good day. Yeah. So that's the Snake Day. That's National Serpent Day. And it's really about, I mean, snakes have been around forever.
Yeah.
And they have been used for things and
Blamed for things.
blamed for things that maybe they should not have been.
Right. Well, it's weird though when you think about it. I think it seems like most animals are afraid of snakes. I mean, if a dog sees a snake in the wild, they'll flip out and
Or try and kill it.
Yeah.
I've seen snakes, or I've seen cats
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like the animals seem to, it's horses, whatever, they freak out about snakes too.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks snakes are assholes. We all do.
But they've also stood for fertility.
Some of them may not. So, that's because they're shaped like a
penis.
Okay.
Not necessarily, because their head isn't bigger than their body.
I'm not. I've seen some. I'm not gonna go into it.
Okay.
It could happen.
There's another thing about February 1st that I want you to know that doesn't have to do with snakes.
Okay.
And it's called National Get Up Day.
Get up, get out. Mm-hmm.
It's a fun day.
You get up. Do you get down too?
Get up, get down.
You can get down while you're getting up.
Yes, you can.
And you can get your snake up. Is that what that's about?
No.
Okay, so what is Get Up Day? It's
a day to share inspiring stories of perseverance, and the best way to celebrate is to encourage someone you know. That's basically it. It's founded by the United States Figure Skating League. So it's I mean, yeah. You fall down a lot when you skate, so it's Get Up Day.
Oh, so you're falling on the ice and you got to get up. I got it.
But it's something that people came up with to whatever. Okay, so the second, not a lot of detail here, but we do have National Groundhog Day, February 2nd.
Sure,
we know what that is.
Let's explain. So the groundhog sees or doesn't see the shadow.
Which means we either will or will not have.
But which is which? I always forget. So if the groundhog sees the shadow, there's going to be a longer winter? Or if the groundhog sees the shadow, there's going to be a shorter winter? I can't remember.
You got me.
That's what I remember.
I don't care. It's like we're either going to have it or we're not. Okay. Whether I mean, Puscatawny Phil does it or not.
It's dumb.
It's stupid.
Because the same weather doesn't happen all over the United States.
No, it doesn't.
So I guess you have to have a different groundhog depending on where you're from.
We can all get our own
groundhog. I never pay attention to Groundhog Day.
But you know what else the 2nd of February is?
No, I don't know.
National Tater Tot Day.
Really?
Give me them tots. That's what I'm saying. Smother them in like some chili and cheese with some sour cream. Give me them tots.
Yeah, I'll get ready for the tots.
Yeah,
potato tots are sometimes a little. Where was it? We had. I don't know if it was me and you.
It was me and you at the Honest Pint.
Yeah, Honest Pint.
We had tater tots cooked in duck fat,
and that was too much.
No, it wasn't.
It was. It almost made me.
I would never do it again because it's duck fat,
and I'm not. It's not a slam on the Honest Pint because they got great food. But, but it was so much. It made me sick.
So good.
It was so fatty food, and I'm not used to duck.
Well, you hadn't eaten any kind of meat,
vegetarian stuff,
in a while, and this was cooked
duck
in
fat.
Fat.
I just wanted to taste it.
Ducks.
Nah. Wouldn't do that again.
Okay.
I don't think. Although I believe I did do it again, but
I don't think I would either. So, okay, let's move on to the 3rd of February. It's National Missing Persons Day, and this is a big thing. It's not Missing Persons, the band.
Oh, that's your favorite band.
Yeah, well, one of them. But it's actual people who are missing, and
life is so strange.
Walking in LA. It's meant to focus people on people who are missing. So it's just a matter of being alert, becoming aware of possible people who are missing in your area, sharing information about those people, Amber Alerts and what have you, and just being aware.
And what day is that?
That is the 3rd of February.
The 3rd?
Yep.
Okay.
So February 4th is Thank a Mail Carrier Day, but it's also National Homemade Soup Day, which is also self-explanatory.
So just thank them with soup.
Thank them with soup. Put some soup in a container, put it in the mailbox,
mail it, put a stamp on it,
and hope they eat it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, because it could be poison.
Right.
The 5th of February is World Nutella Day.
What?
Are you a fan?
I've only had it like a couple of times.
It's a hazelnut spread, which actually became a thing.
Hazelnut and chocolate.
Yeah, which became a thing when peanut butter was scarce during the war. So it's huge. Like, it's a thing.
Okay.
Anyways, I'm not a huge fan. This is a big one, also on the 5th, National Wear Red Day. The purpose is to raise awareness about heart disease in women, because heart disease in women is the number one cause of death in women.
Okay.
And so there are a couple of hashtags you can use. You should always wear red on that day. The couple of hashtags are, I think it's Go Red, Wear Red is one of them. But if you just go to goredforwomen.org, check it out. It's important. There's lots of things you can do about it. That's a big day, because this one I think you're really, really going to like on February the 5th, which is coming up. Okay. So everybody take note of this, please. This is important. February the 5th, Shower with a Friend Day. Really? Yeah, and you and I just recently had a discussion about this.
So a few questions on that one.
Yeah.
First of all, when it's shower with a friend, it doesn't have to be your spouse. It can just be a friend, a regular friend.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one question I have. Second question, if you're married, can you still do this?
Sure.
Can you still participate?
Up to your spouse, I'm sure.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean,
then no.
Do you have to get permission?
That's what I'm asking.
I assume so.
No, it's not going to happen.
It doesn't say anything specifically that you're just exempt from getting permission.
Right. And I don't even think I have any friends I would shower with.
You've already said on the podcast that you wouldn't shower with your friends.
I wouldn't shower with my same-sex friends.
Oh, now we're going to get specific.
Yeah, that's my point. The whole thing we talked about was same-sex. I wouldn't shower with same-sex. If I'm like rooming with Bob, I'm not going to be like, Bob, you want to take a shower together? Not doing that. My point was, I was saying, like, I was in a relationship with an ex who said that she would take a shower with her roommate just to save time.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's not why you were doing it. There's more involved there. I guarantee
you know?
But because you just the same response that you had when I said, "Hey Bob, do you want to take a shower? We both have a meeting at 8. Let's get in the shower." No one's going to think nothing's happening, even if nothing happens. If I told people, "Oh yeah, take a shower with Bob," we're just roommates. No one would think that was normal.
Now we have a listener who has said that you should try showering with somebody else, just
Bob?
for fun.
I don't know Bob.
Just for fun.
There are certain people that I would,
and maybe not just for fun, just for simplicity.
Yeah, I'm just saying with certain maybe certain friends. I guess I just don't have.
But
enough,
not Bob.
I just don't have enough
hate
friends.
Bob. I think is what's happening. We hate Bob. Okay,
but I don't know which friends I would shower with. I haven't had any offers yet. Like maybe I'm not dirty enough. Maybe I'm too dirty. I don't know.
He would have to wash your feet.
I don't know.
Because you don't.
I don't know.
Okay. The point behind Shower with a Friend Day is it's kind of a tongue-in-cheek day that a company came up with.
See, tongue-in-cheek in the shower is the whole reason why I'm not showering with Bob.
Do you need to put your tongue in someone's cheek for them to be clean?
No, you do not. Happening.
It's not happening.
Stop calling, Bob. It's not gonna happen.
The point of the day, though, which is November 5th, is to try and educate people about the benefits of filtered chlorine-free water.
Okay.
It was basically just kind of a fun way.
It's like Sleep with Friend Day. It's like we just want to teach you about feather pillows.
Right.
That's the only reason why. That doesn't make a lot of sense, I don't think.
But it's just, okay, so people want you to learn more about how chlorine is harmful to shower or bathe in or consume, in any way. Okay. So it was a company that was like, filter your fucking water.
I've taken a shower with my wife a few times. I shouldn't talk about this.
Why
I don't
not?
even know if she wants me to talk about this, but I'm going to talk about it.
I hate showering with other people.
She doesn't listen to the podcast.
No, she hates us.
So I discovered after because we've done it a few times. We've taken a shower together.
Right.
She cannot stand. So you know how I don't scrub my lower body. Let's say thighs down.
Okay, yeah, you clean your butt, right?
I clean everything thighs up, gets a pretty good scrubbing.
Okay.
Thighs down, why? No one's going to be down there.
I've told you why, but
no
move
one's
on.
going to be down there.
Move on.
So she does not like water touching her face.
Yeah, you've told me that.
And she gets in the shower, and if water touches her face, she loses her mind.
But how does she wash her face?
She washes it outside the shower.
In the sink?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, she does it with all the little special face washing things. But when she's in the shower, she's going to kick my ass.
Yep.
She keeps a towel in the shower with her, and the moment her face gets wet, she towels it off real quick.
Are you joking? What happens in the rain?
I'm going to videotape it.
What?
I'm going to do a
Please
video on my
do.
phone.
Yes.
I will do a video, and then I'll play it on. No, I can't do that.
What happens when she walks out in the rain and her face gets wet?
Well, I don't know.
I mean, I've been with her, and she was pissed off, but that was for other reasons.
I don't think she likes it, but I'm just saying, shower. She won't do it. It's weird. I didn't know that.
That is weird.
Yeah, I mean, I understand it. She doesn't like when she goes swimming. She doesn't like water getting up her nose or getting.
Well, yeah. I mean,
it reminds her of that. She's like me with that. Like I'm not a big swimmer either, so she doesn't like that. So but it's interesting.
That is interesting. Yeah. When I'm in the shower, like I have soap all over my face, and I have to put it under the shower head.
Yeah, no big deal.
But I take a big deep breath before I do,
sure.
like, and then get under there and as quickly as I can, you know, and then, you know, and because I can't breathe under the water. It's like it's like water torture.
That's what everybody does.
Yeah,
she can't. And I mean, I'm not making fun of her. I'm just saying this is something I discovered. I didn't realize.
Trying to take a shower.
Yeah. I'm just like, oh wow, that's interesting.
Like, get your face under there. She's like, no.
So like, we have a pretty big discrepancy of height with us.
Yes.
So she's small. I'm large. So when we're in the shower together, and I have to say we don't do it that much, but when I like. So water splashes off of me onto her. So she's constantly flipping out, which is probably why we don't do too many showers together.
Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
You got me wet.
Well, that's
like
not.
You're in a shower.
That's not a bad thing to hear from
happens.
Your wife, is it? Really?
I don't know.
Okay. Wow. So that was February 5th.
February 5th. I will be taking a shower with my wife.
There's only two more things I want to say about February this week. Is February 6th is ice cream for breakfast day.
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
Could work.
But it's also National Frozen Yogurt Day. Mm-hmm. So somebody just really, really wanted some frozen desserts that day.
Yeah.
But they wanted them all day long.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
Okay.
So Sunday, February 7th, National Fettuccine Alfredo Day.
Oh man, that's good.
Who's not down for that?
That's great stuff.
I am. I have a couple of February facts, but we don't have to go into them if you don't want to. It's up to you.
Whatever.
All right. Only have a couple February facts. Did you know? Now did I already tell you that we mentioned in January that they called January some weird name because wolves were attacking that day?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so February was called
That's a weird name.
No, that's not it. It was called stop it. Where is it? No, stop it. It's right there. Oh, the Saxons called February Sol Manath.
Mm-hmm.
Manath. Yeah. Which means cake month.
Nice.
Because that's when they gave cake to the gods.
Right.
Do gods like cake?
Apparently they do. And ice cream.
Why ice cream?
Why have cake without ice cream?
I mean, there's that.
Yeah.
But you could also do yogurt.
Yogurt.
Frozen yogurt.
Yep.
It's a thing. Another fun thing about February is two facts that I found, which kind of coincide, is February was named after a purification ritual, which was like an early kind of Roman spring cleaning februal. Mm-hmm. Also, the second fact I found kind of coincides with that, which is the name of February comes from the Latin word februum, I think. Februma. Yeah. Which means purification. So it was a Latin word that the Romans used to call it purification time, like spring cleaning. Mm-hmm. But they did it in February. Isn't that weird? Don't you normally do spring cleaning like in spring?
I would do spring cleaning in spring, sure.
But at the same time, it's kind of a thing to say spring is coming, which coincides also with that whole like seed swapping thing.
Yeah.
Because they're like, hey, spring is coming, time to start planting,
harvest and all that kind of stuff in the fall, and then getting ready for fertility and all that kind of stuff.
Also, really important to me is February has been Black History Month for over 40 years.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. I thought that was a fairly recent thing.
Nope.
Very cool.
It's been going on for a hot minute.
Cool.
So those are my facts and fun. If you guys don't like this stuff, you don't have to listen to it. But if you do like to listen to it, tell me. And if you have any fun facts coming up for the coming up months or coming up weeks that we're going to do our podcast, please let us know. You can email us at thisepicdisaster@gmail.com. And, you know, I'm all for it because I have to do this research shit on my own. And you know how lazy I am. So if you've got some extra stuff, let me know and I will read it on the podcast.
Cool. Hey, did you do you remember American Gladiators?
Yes.
Did you watch American Gladiators?
I did.
Is it still on?
No, I don't think so.
I think they'll bring it back at some point.
Maybe they have.
So
I don't know.
I went, I don't know why, but I went a certain amount of time kind of really liking American Gladiators. And I got to,
like, it was fun, right?
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah. And so there was one gladiator that I just thought was awesome.
Male or female?
It was female. That's the way I go.
Go figure.
Do you remember?
mean, you can think a man is awesome.
Maybe. They were fine.
They were fine.
I just meant like hot.
Oh,
like,
you didn't say hot. You said awesome.
Awesome, hot, yes.
So for me,
sexy.
thinking of gladiators and thinking of superheroes, I would think all of them could be awesome.
Well, that's the way you are. Yes. Zap. Do you remember Zap?
I do.
Zap.
Yeah.
Man, I loved Zap. She could kick some butt. I mean, she
could kick your ass
yeah,
all day long.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you liked about her.
She could. Zap was Ray Hollett.
Okay.
That was her name, real life. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And I knew this because I followed her. I was really into
Stalker
Zap.
alert.
Yeah, kind of. But she ended up, I think, doing a Playboy spread. But she was in several.
You think? Like you didn't see it?
She was in several movies.
Uh-huh.
But I decided to see what she was up to.
Oh.
Looked up Zap. She's still pretty good. I mean, she's still fitness oriented.
Okay.
She looks older, obviously. I think she's
Don't we
a
all?
little older than me, maybe. I think she is. I can't remember now.
I don't think so.
I think she is.
I don't think so.
I think she is too. And then the other one who I was really, and see, it was like a competition in a way between Zap and Ice was the other one. And
wow.
Ice, I looked Ice up as well. Now, do American Gladiator check out.
I'm gonna.
Let me just say this.
What?
Ice is still fine.
Well,
Ice is still got it going on. And what's funny is, a lot of times you see these people, you see them, and by the way, if you want to know Ice's real name, it's Lori Fintrick.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought I would throw that out for you.
I mean, that's helpful.
Yes. She looks almost better now than she did then. But she's still into fitness, and so a lot of times you see, people who did fitness stuff, they kind of get a little schlumpy, like maybe Richard Simmons or something like that. I don't know.
He never got schlumpy.
He totally did.
No.
Yes, he did.
He was all in it, dancing and doing his thing.
Even while he was schlumpy.
Stop.
You
stop.
But they're still sharp. They're still great.
Wow.
American Gladiators. Yeah. Ice. I wanted to see American Gladiators
like a reunion
episode. Zap versus Ice, kind of like Superman versus Batman, but this should have been like a movie.
You don't even like Superman or Batman.
No, I like Zap and Ice. Are you paying attention to what I'm saying at all? I want the Zap versus Ice episode. But look them up; they're great.
I'm looking up, and I'm not getting any photos. But I'll have to do some more.
Let me see what you got. You got?
I just did the cast of American Gladiators.
No, just look up American Gladiators Ice.
I get it.
American Gladiators Zap.
Get it.
That's how.
Fine.
And check out Zap's arms.
But
well,
I think
Ice's arms are big too. She was a big
Diesel
girl.
was nice.
Who?
I like Diesel.
Diesel was big. Nitro.
Yeah,
Remember Nitro?
Yeah, oh, yeah. There was somebody called Lace.
I remember Lace. Yeah.
Wow.
She wasn't my favorite. I think I was very. So back when I was doing airbrush T-shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
So
you must have known a lot more about that in your line of work.
One of the American Gladiator, and it wasn't. I wanted it to be Ice. I can't remember who it was. It's been so long I can't even remember which one now. But she came up and had me to paint her name on the back of her jacket.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. And they had been doing a show in town, and they were all back in the hotel. And boy, I was gonna like slip her 50 if she could get me into Ice's hotel room.
That's not what I thought you were about to say.
What?
Slip her a 50 for something.
For get me into Ice's hotel room, yeah.
Not her, but Ice.
Mm-hmm.
Ouch.
But anyway, and from what I understand, it appears that Ice wouldn't go for me anyway.
Okay, so tell me which one in this image.
Oh man, who do we have there?
Put your glasses on.
So this is Zap right there. That's Zap. That's Ice.
Yeah. So
no,
you went for
that's not Ice. That isn't Ice. This is Zap right there. This is the first cast, isn't it? Oh
yeah.
Man, I forgot that girl. I forgot about her.
What's funny is that we're looking at the first cast and everybody's pointing out as blonde.
Yeah, they are blonde, aren't they?
But you were never interested.
Oh, there's Ice. Oh man. That's all right. So that's Ice, and I believe that's
also blonde.
That's then Ice then and Ice now.
Okay.
Is what we're looking at.
Okay.
What we're looking at.
What we're dreaming
of.
No, what you're dreaming of.
Yeah.
I mean, I did like a nice, strong lady in the past.
She's
but
got it. Yeah.
Maybe not that strong.
I did. I really liked bodybuilders for a long time.
Interesting.
I wouldn't call her a bodybuilder, but she is. She was more like a fitness person.
No, she's big.
She's big.
She's big.
Like
she's buff.
Zap was a bodybuilder. She actually won some stuff.
Now here's an early image.
Let's see who we got there.
That's an earlier image.
That one guy sang for Hanson. Let me see.
Hanson? No.
There's no.
Maybe
Ice,
his kid did.
So Ice in the background right there. Yeah, I don't remember all the dudes. I think Nitro was the dark-haired guy. Isn't it interesting you can have dark-haired guys, but you can't have dark-haired girls?
So weird.
I don't know what that's about.
And all I remember, like, okay, so I guess what the current equivalent of American Gladiators would be is what, American Ninja or whatever that's called
Yeah, but then,
now?
that show, it's like humans against things, elements, but it's not like humans against other humans.
No, you're not fighting other people.
In the Gladiators, you had to kind of go against the elements, but while you were going against the elements,
had to do better.
Somebody was trying to knock you off.
That too, but
they
you
were
also
shooting
had to
things
do
at
better
you,
than
and you had
somebody
to
else.
you had to do better than them.
Yeah. In this one, it's just in the newer versions of that type of show.
Yeah.
You just have to go against the elements. Now, some Japanese shows, by the way.
Oh man, those are brutal.
They're brutal.
Yeah, they don't
brutal.
care.
I've also
They'll
seen
hurt
this
you.
weird show on Netflix that I don't know if anybody's familiar with, but it's called The Floor is Lava.
Oh man.
I have not watched it. I've seen some snippets of it, and it just looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's just like people are getting hurt.
Yeah.
Like you're getting smacked in the face and you're just falling down into water.
But there are some people who just love that. They like physical stuff.
I don't get it.
Me either.
I don't. It's not me.
But I do like Zap. I did like Ice. Anyway, I don't know why I just thought of that. I'd been looking at him this week, and
That's a weird thing to bring
brought it up. And
but I get it.
It's kind of an old fantasy.
It's fine.
One more question to you. Do you have a favorite tribute band? Do you ever listen to tribute bands? Do you pay attention to the tribute bands?
No, I don't.
They're really, really big. They're, very popular, like tribute band and Van Halen. And I think the charm of them, they have several charms. First of all, if you don't get a chance to see a band and you can see them right there, and there's not as many people, it's almost like seeing the real thing. But
I've been to a few festivals around town where they have a tribute band.
Yeah.
I think the best one I ever heard was a Boston tribute band. But
Really?
you cannot do that. You cannot do Boston's vocals. You can't.
Well,
There's no possible way.
some people
but
feel
at the
you can.
same time, you and I heard a tribute person at some rando festival in Chattanooga where he was trying to do Steve Perry. And it was we felt sorry for him because you can't do Steve Perry.
No, because I was just thinking, I don't think I've ever heard a tribute band. I'm trying to think of one that I haven't. I don't even know.
This was just like one guy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's not really a tribute band.
No, but I did hear a Boston tribute band. It was here in Atlanta.
Some of them are good. Like, well, I take it back because I have heard Beatles tribute bands.
Okay.
I've seen a couple of them that do the outfit changes. They'll do like the 60s Beatles.
Oh
and
no,
the
they're
70s.
going way out there. I'm talking about like festival stuff.
No, I'm talking about like actual tribute bands.
No,
where
I
they'll
get
have,
what
they'll
you're
have
saying.
like Led Zeppelin tribute bands.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
But you could get tribute bands all the way down to even contemporary bands. Like there's U2 tribute bands and things like that.
I don't know why people would do that.
I kind of know, but so
especially contemporary. Why would you do that?
Here's what happened this past week, last week, whatever, recently, I should say. Tribute band, I believe they're in France. And this is, first of all, this is dumb for the tribute band because usually the tribute band will do like there's a tribute band for Guns N' Roses and the name of the band is Appetite for Destruction or something like that.
One of their album names.
Yeah. So, but there's a tribute band in France called Pearl Jam, and it's spelled with two M's, Jamm,
no,
which is stupid.
Did you hear my eyes roll?
Yeah. So Pearl Jam sued them and told them
stop it.
Yeah, sent them a cease and desist, and the band got really mad and tried to post this whole thing about how Pearl Jam really disappointed them after they've been trying to keep the music alive and all that.
Oh my God!
I was like, you know what? Pearl Jam keeps the music alive. I don't think they
How
need
about you go and do your own fucking thing?
Yeah. But don't call your band Pearl Jam.
Don't do it.
You call it 10, maybe. Is that
call it Jeremy?
Whatever. Yeah, Jeremy or something like that. But don't call it Pearl Jam with two M's. And so they sent the cease and desist because they said it confuses the fans. The fans aren't going to be able to know the difference between Pearl Jam and Pearl Jam.
Right.
If you're advertising on the radio and they're saying live at whatever club Pearl Jam, they're not going to say Pearl Jam, They're not going to say that.
Nope.
So I think I agree with that.
I agree
to do
too.
that.
I agree too.
But I've seen some pretty impressive tribute bands before. I mean, really, like, and the thing is, a lot of times when you're doing a tribute band, they'll try to actually look like the real people. That's when it gets really interesting. Because I've seen some Van Halen with there's Van Halen David Lee Roth tribute bands and Van Halen Sammy Hagar tribute bands.
Oh yeah,
it'd be cool if you could have a dude that could do both, and he could change.
No.
He could change outfits after the show.
That would be weird, though. I think that would be weird. So I went to a show once in Alaska, and they had
Baked Alaska.
No, and they had Puddle of Mud was playing.
Yes.
And
they're kind of a Nirvana tribute band.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't mean to be.
I think they did.
But. But it was Puddle of Mud, and then another band that I was very familiar with at the time for like a minute, Mud Puppies, I think.
Mudvayne,
yeah, and
Chickasaw Mud Puppies.
And I was a little confused when I went, but at the same time they were headlined by Cake, so I was going either way.
Okay,
right? Mm-hmm. So it had to be Mud Puppies, but or a Puddle of Mud, but yeah, I had a little confusion there. So when you start using other people's names, that gets a little confusing to me. And the whole in the whole 2000s when everybody had a number in their name, I'm like, stop. I'm bad at math. It's like Blink 182, Sum 41. You got all these other bands that have, I don't even know if that's right, Sum 41. I think it's Sum 41.
Yeah.
Either way. And then you got all these bands, and they're both good bands, And then you've got all these other names with numbers in their names. I'm like, you have to stop. Because you just give a name.
Maroon 5.
Maroon 5 was a little bit earlier.
No, I know, but
they were one of the first ones.
That was a thing,
do that.
like during the early 2000s when bands just added a number to the name.
Yeah,
there was a lot of them.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, what's your favorite tribute band? Have you seen good tribute bands? Let us know your experience on tribute band. I'm kind of interested in that. I would think something like Kiss would be a good tribute band because you can't see the real people.
Right.
And as long as you can sound like them and play like them, you can do it because you got the costumes and the makeup, and it would probably be a good experience.
Also, do you think it's okay to be a tribute band to a band that still exists?
Yeah.
I have that question in my head.
I don't really have...
Would you rather be a tribute band to a band that is no longer performing, or would you rather be a tribute band to a band that still exists?
Well, I think, like, if you're a Van Halen tribute band, no one can see Van Halen now. So you're the closest thing to Van Halen that they're going to get. So I feel like you're going to get a bigger audience like that. And I think that's, in some ways, that's what tribute bands do, but it's become a whole industry now.
Yeah.
And I've seen some clubs, it's like every week all they do is bring in tribute bands. And people like that. It's kind of like they know it's not, it's almost like karaoke. It's like they know it's not the real band, but it's sort of similar and it's fun. It's like impersonation. It's like seeing an Elvis impersonator. It's like you sort of get the experience, but not. There's a little bit of kitsch to it, a little bit of cheesiness, but that's part of the fun.
I have a severe anxiety over watching live music as it is. So
Okay.
if I'm going to watch a band that is pretending to be a band that they actually aren't, that's just going to add to it. Like, that's just going to cause my anxiety to go through the fucking roof.
Like, I would not want to see a band. First of all, I don't know that I'd want to see a band that I really, really liked.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to see that. And then the other thing, I wouldn't want to see a band like, I wouldn't want to see it unless they're, I just can't imagine them being as good as a real thing. If you saw like a tribute band for the Police.
Or like I was saying,
It's
Boston.
like no one's gonna,
like Boston, you cannot recreate that.
Right.
You can't.
That sound.
No one can get that voice. No one can do that guitar.
But
no one can find someone that can do one or the other.
But Boston is a tribute band of itself today because
I mean, that's, yes.
the vocals don't exist anymore. Some guitars, the drummer
I'm talking
died.
about the real actual Boston. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying,
music.
But that band, Boston, is touring.
I get that.
And it's all different people.
I
So
get
it's almost like they're a tribute band of themselves.
True.
Yeah.
True.
You see a lot of that now.
Yeah, with Journey.
I kind of agree, but kind of not. I mean,
Okay.
they've been doing it. Journey has been performing now longer with their lead singer than they did with Steve Perry.
But he's and as close as he is,
But he's
not Steve Perry.
But they've had albums out of their own, so they have their own kind. Even though it's kind of minor hits, they sing their own stuff.
I know.
But they also, the Journey lead singer, and I almost said his name. I'll say it in just a minute.
That's not it.
No, it's like
close.
right on the tip of my tongue. It's about to come out. But like he makes no apologies. He tributes Steve Perry. Steve Perry's one of his idols.
I get that.
So he does it with great respect to him.
Obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes on and does his own things with the band.
Arnell.
Yes.
Arnell is the guy
Wow.
from the Philippines.
Where did you pull that shit out of?
It was in my head. It wanted to come out. It just wanted to get out.
I don't understand how you do that sometimes. I really don't. It surprised me.
All right.
You're a
Well,
tribute band to yourself.
Let us know your favorite tribute band. Good experiences, bad experiences, the worst tribute band, the best tribute band. I'd like to know. Just send us an email, thisepicdisaster@gmail.com. We'll read it on the air. We'll tell your experience to everyone.
And we don't necessarily have to name you if you don't want us to.
No. Speaking of experience, what do you think of this beer? What do you think of this? What's it called? Honey?
Let me put my glasses back on. Did you just call me honey?
Mm-hmm.
No, you called the beer honey. Because it is called Honeycombed.
Honeycomb.
It's
beer.
a honey nut breakfast stout. It's 6.2% alcohol by volume. It's got some nice artwork on it. It is by Catawba Brewing Company. It's a milk stout with lactose, honey, coffee, and natural hazelnut flavor. Now,
all good stuff in the world.
I mean, they're all good things.
Yeah. So what did you think of it?
I don't get the hazelnut.
Okay.
And that might just be because, I've been drinking. But I'd like to try it again as the first drink of the day. Like,
okay.
I would like to, because it's
it is
intriguing.
it's a breakfast stout.
It is a
You can
breakfast
drink
stout.
it first thing in the morning.
I can. I can drink anything I want first thing in the morning.
Yes,
I'm
you
an
can.
adult.
Okay.
But it's yeah, I like that. It's definitely got the lactose. I feel the mouth feel of the lactose.
Yep.
It is a stout. of which, I can't have many because they're super rich.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little sweet for me.
It is kind of sweet. Well, it's a honey.
I get
cone
that.
beer.
I get that.
Sure.
Catawba has always had good things. We've had some Catawba things.
I think so.
before.
Yeah, we have.
I'm going to give it a 3.
3?
Yeah, for now. I'd like to try it again and come back to it.
This to me is one of the best tasting beers I have ever had in my mouth. It's really, really good.
Where else would you have one?
It's just all the good flavors all at once, and it's just, I loved it. It's nutty.
Yeah.
It's got the honey, the sweetness, just everything is really, really good.
Okay.
I'm giving it a 4.5.
Good for you.
4.5. I thought about giving it a 5. It was close. I really thought it, and I was just like, I'm going to back off the 5. That should be for just special beers. And this got really close to the special beer. It's a full taste. It's almost like a breakfast cereal.
It does still have carbonation at the end too, which is something I know you like.
Totally. There's so much good stuff about it. It's so close to a 5, but it's just it's just a sweet tasting, yummy beer. Tastes like a dessert.
I think it's overly sweet for me.
It might be, but it tells you that from the beginning. So right there, sweet.
Yes, I see it.
Sweet all the way across. So it's definitely, and then honey everywhere. So honey nut. It's I taste nutty. I don't know that I could sit there and go, that's hazelnut, but it does taste nutty.
Okay.
And the flavors are just wonderful flavors. So I got to go for it.
In my stouts, I prefer more smoke than sweet, and this doesn't really have that.
Not as smoky.
So yeah.
It is a breakfast. It's kind of breakfast cereal tasting, if you ask me.
I guess I like my stouts after dinner.
Okay.
Damn.
Sorry.
Don't get pissed about it.
Shut you, didn't I? All right. Well, thanks for hanging out with us today. You can find us on Facebook. That's where we hang out a lot, on Facebook.
Some of us do.
We're at thisepicdisaster.com. That's the official This Epic Disaster.
That's where I listen.
Yeah.
Where do you listen?
I download it. Are you subscribed to it? Do you subscribe to the podcast?
I think so.
You don't even know. How can I tell people to subscribe when you don't?
Because I'm not technically inclined. I mean, I work in IT.
All right. Well, you can listen to it on our website. You can listen to it on YouTube, but we prefer that you subscribe. Almost every place that you get podcasts, you can find This Epic Disaster. Subscribe. Tell them what you think of it. Leave us some stars. Leave us a comment or two. And then when you see it on Facebook, share it with your friends. That's one of the best things you can do for it, because it doesn't cost any money to do that. And then we see it, and it makes us happy. It's almost like applause. Yeah. If you like it, share it. That's the way things work. But other than that, we hang out on Twitter sometimes. We do have an Instagram account. And but we're always at thisepicdisaster@gmail.com. You can always send us an email. Tell us what you think of the show. Tell us if you want to be a part of the show. Give us suggestions. Tell us what you don't like, what you do like. And most likely we'll read it on the air and make you famous.
If you want.
That's what we do.
Or we'll do it anonymously. Anonymously.
Yeah, and if you have a beer suggestion, especially if it's something that we can get pretty easily, you can send that in as well.
Or you can just send us the beer.
Sometimes you can send us the beer.
Depending on where you're coming from.
If that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
And that's it, right?
Yay. That's it.
We've been doing this here podcast
160 times.
3 years now, I believe. So 4 years. We're on the four. We started the fourth year. So
because 52 weeks in a year, so that's the 100.
That's a lot.
And then the 160, you're looking at 3 years. So now we're on our 4th year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's math.
We're having fun doing it, but we like it when you get involved, and so please do. Until then, you will just be able to come and hang out with us on Monday. We'll be here next Monday too. Right?
See you then.
We will.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye. This is a Violet Jester Media podcast.